Mr. Elisa, can we find somebody in the pool there to pray for us, to come near the microphone and pray for us?
Yes, we have Madam Arena is preparing to pray.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, we can't hear anything.
Like that. Hello.
We are getting a lot of feedback there.
Hello.
Maybe the team in Mbalee SS.
We humble ourselves and pray.
Okay, thank you.
Loving Father, we want to thank you for this day. We want to thank you for our lives. We thank you for our facilitator, our head teacher, our deputy, and everybody on this line. We want to thank you for this organization that has started on this e-learning program. We thank you that it has been introduced to Mbale SS, and we are eager to learn and join others of the team. We thank the HeLP team that has come on and remember the Mbale SS, Commissioner Mr. Sam, that has not left out his school Mbale SS. Father, we commit this meeting into your hands. We commit the chairperson, the head teacher, and everybody who is going to be ahead of this meeting to guide us for the glory of Mbale SS and for the benefit of this world. Father, we commit our students into your hands. We pray that you bless them. Enable those who have not yet got smartphones to have them, our parents, so that they can get money to buy for them smartphones so that they can enroll on this program. We pray and thank you because you have been good for us. We thank you in Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen. Thank you so much. I didn't get the name of the person who prayed for us, but we are happy to be joining Mbale SS this morning. And I would like to run through our proposed agenda. We will have welcome remarks from the head teacher. I hope Mr. Moses Vieira is on. Just to be sure, Mr. Vieira, are you on? Okay.
Mr. Ronald?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you, Elisa.
No, I'm making sure I don't have feedback here before I...
Okay.
Have you removed? All right. Mr. Ronald?
Yes.
Yes, I was getting a lot of feedback, but I wanted to tell you that the head teacher is not yet alive, but we have the deputy teacher who is maybe ready for the opening remarks as we wait for the head teacher. In the chat, I've texted to you the person who gave us the opening prayer. She's called Madam Irene. She's teaching agriculture at Mbale SS. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll have welcome remarks from the head teacher and the deputy available. We'll take that role. Yesterday, I had a good chat with Mr. Danga. While he's away, we have talked, and I will tell you that we talked with Mr. Danga in St. Mary's College, Kisubi. So I'm a friend to Mbale because I have friends there, but we'll talk about that later. So then we'll introduce ourselves who are joining Mbalee SS, and then we'll tell you a brief about what we do. And we shall concentrate more on the strategy for Mbalee SS that we are giving 1 month to grow. And thereafter, we shall see what to do as Mbalee SS. So I want to hand over to you, Mr. Masaba, so that you bring the deputy teacher online. And for those who may not know Mr. Masaba, is an old boy of Mbalee SS, but we work with him. I will tell you about his story in the introductions. But I thank you, Mr. Masaba, for dedicating time to bring us live with Mbalee SS. And I will request you, Mr. Masaba, where possible, and any other colleagues of mine, please take screenshots as we progress, because the Mbale story starts today. So over to you, Mr. Masaba.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Ronald, and the entire team that has joined this call. Good morning to you all. Like Teacher Ronald has just said, my name is Masaba Erisa. I'm an old student of Mbale SS. I have Mbale SS at heart. And when I see the HeLP team trying to focus on Mbale SS, I really feel we are moving as a team. Thank you so much for the opportunity. The head teacher is not yet arrived, but we have the deputy who is ready to take us through the opening remarks. So maybe without wasting time, I'm going to give her a chance. Then she proceeds. As Teacher Ronald, you'll keep guiding us through what will be coming next as we proceed. Thank you so much. Over to you, Deputy Teacher.
Thank you so much. The Master of Program. I want to thank you also, Ronald Dungu, the host. You know, I'm excited, very excited to be participating in this kind of program. The deputies that are attending in, the heads of department, and the colleagues in the struggle. Good morning. I think I am one of those very few of my age to be privileged to be participating in a program like this one. And I want to thank God very much that has brought this school this far. And also to thank HeLP. Later, I think I will get to know what HeLP means in detail, but I just want to thank them so much for bringing us on board. You know, Mbale SS is a great school. It's a very big school. It's a performing school. And one of those that people look unto as a mentor institution. I am a scientist, by the way, and the scientists normally don't have those very many words, but I am privileged, and I want to say I am expectant. I want to learn everything that can be learned so that I am made a better teacher. And the rest of us that are listening in are also made better teachers to deliver in this 21st century. So I think with those very few remarks, I want to stop there, wishing you the very best of the session and the day. On behalf of my head teacher, I have been Mugala Harriet, deputy head teacher, but also a teacher of agriculture. I love that subject. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Madam Deputy Head Teacher. We must have missed you on Friday because we toured the agriculture fields. And we are yet to say more about agriculture. I can see a hand for Sarah. Sarah Namai. There is a hand. Is that hand? Okay, maybe. Sarah, are you saying something? I can also see your microphone seems to be open. Are you saying something, Sarah? Okay, we'll get to know what Sarah has to say. Okay, as we go along, my friends, we want to introduce ourselves, and this is the only way, this is one way I propose we introduce ourselves. Against your name, if you go to the participants list, against your name, you can click and rename yourself. So for example, when you go to your name and click on the extreme right, more, you will see rename. And we would love that you use the names you are using as a teacher at Mbalee SS, because the pictures we are taking will reflect who you are. Now, my colleagues from HeLP, I would request that you add HeLP at the end of your name. Add HeLP at the end of your name so that we can see those who are joining Mbale SS this morning from HeLP. Just add HeLP, and all of us in the participants list, you can tell who is joining you from HeLP. Okay, so that is one housekeeping rule. The other housekeeping rule is we keep our microphones closed until when we are asked to speak. Now I'm taking on the role of a class because we are practicing how you are going to handle your classes. We can mute everyone from here, but we don't want to do that. We want to train ourselves into good online behavior. So mute yourself. And when you want to speak, there is an icon. I think when you go below on your screens, somewhere reactions, when you click on it, there is raise your hand. So you click on that, and then we shall know that you are raising your hand. And then the lead teacher, who I am today, I'll be able to pick you. So that is one other housekeeping rule. The other housekeeping rule is that we are recording this session. So you wouldn't want us to record bad noise. You wouldn't want us to record bad pictures. So if where you are sitting is not very comfortable for the public to see, so keep your video off. I'm sitting where it is comfortable for you to see me. So that is why I'm keeping my video on, but also due to the low bandwidth, we can keep our videos off. So I just want to say that at the back here, I can make it a blackboard. And if I'm to teach, then I just have to put manila paper here and get a marker and position myself well, bring the camera closer, and then whatever I write on my blackboard, you can see. And that is how some of your teaching is going to happen on Zoom. So you come to Zoom, you open your your video, you point it to your blackboard, and then you start lowering and calculate mathematics numbers or agriculture statements so that your students can follow you. So those are a few insights that I wanted to start with, and I want to go on now to introduce my colleagues at HeLP. But before I introduce my colleagues at HeLP, I need to tell you who we are, and then I will ask them to introduce themselves. So when you look at your phone, at the bottom, or your computer at the bottom, there is a green screen. green button which says share your screen, and I will record happening for you as a teacher. So I'm going to share my screen by clicking on that. And first of all, I will share a window. I will share a window. And that window gives me a WhatsApp. And that WhatsApp group is actually the Mbale WhatsApp group at HeLP. You have many WhatsApp groups. We have created a WhatsApp group for Mbalee SS, and we are calling it the Holistic Mbalee SS. And that means you are now tagged to the holistic e-learning platform that I'm going to talk about. But in there, you will see the last message sent. It shows a red Uganda, and it is our home room, and it says renew, and it says Mbale SS staff meeting on 29th August. You can join this session using the BB platform. It's called Big Blue Button. And when you click on that link and you are using an MTN phone without data, you can access this meeting live without data. So if you are sitting wherever you are sitting and you feel that you are constrained by data because Zoom consumes data, we request that in the next 1 minute, you can load 500 shillings or 1,000 shillings on your phone to help you open the WhatsApp group and get this link, but also it will help you open a browser, maybe Chrome or Mozilla, and then you'll be able to click now and open this link so that you can receive us loud and clear. So as people transition, especially those who want to try the free data, and I would like that we get used to that, and we shall test it at some point so that you know how it works. It is important because our students don't have data. They don't have data, and the solution we are bringing to you is a solution of zero data. I'm told, Andrew, you've been in contact with Renew, and I'm told you discovered that even Airtel has gone that far. Is that true, Andrew? Do I have Andrew, the Renew contact? Andrew, is that true? Have you tested to see?
Are you talking to Wesimika, Andrew? Are you referring to Wesimika?
The person in charge of Renew at Mbale.
Oh, it is Mr. Kiimba, Adam.
Okay, Adam, not Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. It's Adam. Is Adam on the call today?
Yes, he's on the call.
Yes, I'm available,
Adam,
sir.
Can you speak to us? Do you confirm that Airtel is also?
Thank you, sir. We have been trying it out, but not yet confirmed.
Okay, not yet confirmed. Okay. Of course, what we shall do, when you fill in that registration, you are going to fill in, and I hope you can look at the chat. Please look at the chat. There is a registration sheet that we would like you to closely look at. That registration helps us to know who we are talking with, but also if you are using Airtel, then we shall have to submit your numbers to Airtel at an appropriate time. Right now, the service is not yet, it was open, they closed it, but they want to reopen it so that they give you a zero-rated option like MTN has given us, but MTN is open, it's too open. So we don't know whether Airtel will also do that. Okay, so then allow me to continue. I hope those who have crossed to the big blue button have now crossed. So we need to continue with our presentation. So I will share my screen, and on my screen, I will open a page. So please tell me, what are you seeing on the screen? Mr. Masaba, what are you seeing on the screen?
Yes, I can see.
All female cars will back to the test because we are working on ours. You had to work just as hard. That's why our new doctor and wider takes
Mr. Wandera, we have to mute you. So are you seeing, anybody else can tell us, what are you seeing on the screen?
And we are seeing holistic e-learning platform reaches Mbale SS.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you are seeing my screen. So as the holistic e-learning platform, we are live in Mbale SS, and that is what we've been yearning for. And we thank the good Lord who has enabled us to reach Mbale SS. And as we unfold the story, I would like you to take down that URL, www.help.sc.ug. I could decide to run a slideshow so that you can see that clearly. Let me see how easy the screen should. So that is our home, and that is going to be your home, but we shall build this home together with you. This cannot be a home without teachers, without students, without schools. And that is what we've been doing for the last 6 weeks or so. So we are the holistic e-learning platform. And I want you to use this word platform in 2 ways. One, this home of ours is a platform. It's an ICT tool. It's a platform. It's a website. It's a platform. And we call it the holistic e-learning platform. So that is one way of using the word platform. Secondly, we, the people who are sitting here at Mbale SS in this meeting, together with us, we are agreeing to join a network, to come together and form a network. And that network is called a platform. So I'm going to be talking about the network of teachers, the network of schools, the network of educators, called the holistic e-learning platform, but it has its home at a website also called holistic e-learning platform. So I hope you will not get a little bothered by the way we use the words. And that is our logo. The acronym HELP now comes from holistic e-learning. The small e and L is for e-learning, and then P is for platform. So that forms our logo. And whenever you see that logo, please know that you are dealing with HELP, the holistic e-learning platform. And we are talking about one world, one education. We envision, starting from the country level, that we can all study together. We envision that Mbale SS can be a platform for all other schools in the region in the eastern region of Uganda, so that there is one education for everybody. We envision that all the teachers in Uganda can come together, learn one standard, one way of doing things. If you are a mathematics teacher and you're teaching a particular topic, we all learn that that topic must be taught by that standard. So we are here to create standards, to agree on standards, to use the same standards, to teach with the same notes, to teach in the same way, and only vary by language, vary by humor, vary by personalities, but when we are talking about the same thing. So for the last 2 months, we've been walking around online, finding people and working together to build this brand. So I've posted a registration link in the chat, and that registration link will allow you to fill in your details, and then you join our network. My hosts, please check on the microphones so that we don't get feedback. Now, as you fill in your registration information, I want you to remember that we are a self-help program. No wonder the word help. We sign up to support everyone. We sign up to work voluntarily. We are not paid by anyone, but we mobilize ourselves and mobilize all the resources that we want to support each other so that we get work done. So please make sure you register. This program started as a project, and I will tell you how it started, but it is run at a very high level by the program implementation team. And these guys are not easy to see. They are not easy to find, but when you get to know HeLP more, you'll be able to find them. So my name, I'm Ronald Dungu. I'm the team leader in this program, and I coordinate government and private business. We have Ayubu Kalema, is a technology and financial advisor and a teacher at Navisunsa Girls. I want also to tell you that I'm a teacher by profession, and I'm a physics maths teacher. And I will tell you quite a lot about my teaching time. We have Arthur Mbale, who is our secretary, and he links us to the head teachers, but is also the head teacher of Mwiri. We have Alan Kakinda, who is a monitoring and evaluation advisor, and is more interested, for example, in the registration and your active participation going forward. We have Daniel Kakinda, who is a pedagogical advisor, is a retired teacher. He did a lot of work in eLearning, and that is why we chose on him. And we also have Grace Nabdua, who is a gender and inclusive education advisor, but is also the head teacher of Ungora Girls High School. So those form the top-notch team that we work with and do a lot of strategizing at the top level. Going forward, we have subject teams, and we set up subjects within HeLP as and when we find the right people. So right now, the people who are joining us on this team have been with us for some time, and now we've started to form a stronger team. So I would like to request my colleagues, and I will stop sharing for now. I want to request my colleagues, if you've been able to put HeLP, I'll be able to see you. So I will call out the name so that you introduce yourself and tell us where you teach and maybe what you teach. I will start with your own, Masabe Risa. Masabe Risa, if you can open your microphone, please speak to us. Erisa is not hearing us?
No, I'm hearing, but I'm trying to avoid the echo.
Okay.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, good morning to you all. For those who have joined this call, you're most welcome. My name is Masabe Erisa. I am a teacher at St. Peter's Secondary School in Mbale. I teach mathematics and ICT. I am very happy to be part of this great team that is doing wonders to this country. And at HeLP, I'm teaching mathematics. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Arisa. Can I go to Stephen Kaziba? Stephen, are you there? Okay, maybe Stephen is not hearing us. I'll go to Henry Kajimu.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Dungu. Good morning, members. My name is Henry Joseph Kajimu, a teacher of mathematics and physics. I teach at Our Lady of Good Counsel, Gayaza Senior Secondary School. It is in Gayaza, Wakiso. I'm glad to be here with you, and I wish you a nice meeting.
Okay, thank you, Henry. Let me go to Christine. Christine.
Morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Dungu. My name is Christine Chengui. I'm a teacher at Gayaza High School. I teach English language and literature. And with HeLP, I am part of the rapporteurs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christine. Charles Ranga.
Good morning to everyone here. I'm Jala Charles Luanga. Currently at HeLP, I'm training teachers in ICT. I am also a trainer and an ICT facilitator with Edify Uganda and the ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. Thank you, Ronald.
Okay, thank you, Charles. Goretti.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Javira Maria Goretti. I'm a teacher of math and physics at Gaza High School. And at HeLP, I'm still a facilitator of math and physics, and currently the head of department math for the Kampala cohort. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Goretti. Is Stephen back? I know Stephen is connecting us to the big blue button, so maybe he's still lost there. Stephen, are you back? Okay, is there anyone I've not seen? Is there anyone I've not seen? I saw Betty added HeLP, but Betty, we were looking for those who have been at HeLP for more than one day. The Mbale crew are running their first day at HeLP. Okay, so then I will also introduce myself a little bit more so that you know the guy who is talking to you, but also why this guy is heading this team. So my name is Ronald Dungu. I'm an educational advisor currently with VVOB Education for Development, a Belgium organization, and we work with the national teachers colleges. So just to tell you that very soon at Mbale SS, we are going to conduct school practice with the school teachers, student teachers within the national teachers colleges. And your role is going to be to mentor them in using ICT and sitting with them in your classroom, online classroom, so that they do school practice at Mbale SS. So that is one of your cutout roles. I want you to keep it at the back of your mind. And by November, this should be happening if schools are not yet open. Okay, in 2019, I worked with the Prime Minister's Delivery Unit as an education expert. And in 2015, I was selected as one of the best 50 teachers in the world. And I was lined up for that Global Teacher Award, which was the $1 million award. I did not get the money, but I want one of you here at Mbale SS to be selected for this award in the coming years, and you get $1 million. And I hope you will remember us, that we put you on a journey that brought you to this kind of money, and you will invest in all of us so that we become better teachers. I won the second best award at the Microsoft Pitch competition in 2014, and I brought home $15,000 that started us off for perfect e-learning activities at Gayaza High School. I represented Africa at the World Microsoft Innovative Teachers Forum in 2008 and was awarded the first runners-up in the collaboration category. I led the development of the Gayaza High School e-learning platform. For those who have been at it, this link takes you to the Gayaza High School e-learning platform. No wonder I continue to look for more e-learning platforms, and I want to be part of the journey to develop further the Mbalee SS e-learning platform. I studied a bit. I have a Master of Science in Education for Sustainability at the London South Bank University. I have a Master of Arts in Education Management of Makerere University, and I'm also a graduate of Mathematics and Physics. So that is the crew at HeLP, and we want to encourage you to continue with us so that we deliver the right education for this country. So I've showed you the men and women who are leading us in the different subject teams. And probably today, we might walk away with somebody from Mbalee SS ready to lead us at HeLP in a particular subject that you see either empty here or non-existent as yet. So where did we start from? I'll go back to the slideshow. We started as a small project in 4 schools: St. Mary's College Chisubi, Nabisunsa Girls, Busoga College Mwiri, and Gayaza High School. And no wonder the first team of people you saw at the helm of HeLP belong to some of the families here. So HeLP sat in the middle of these 4 schools, trying to connect them and see what collaboration is possible and opening avenues for new schools. So Mbalee SS and many other schools are sitting here. So we started as a project in 4 schools, and now we are scaling up to more schools and teachers. We also started with a few subjects: mathematics, physics, geography, and ICT. And now we are breaking to move into other subjects. So this is the perfect timing for us to be at Mbalee SS because there are strong men and women here, and we want to harvest the very best and make Mbalee SS the haven for ICT integration in education. But your role is to make sure that the region of Mbale and other surrounding regions come alive in e-learning as being the center of e-learning in the East. So that's what we want to do, and that's why we are coming to Mbalee SS. So why did we get into HeLP? We had experience in organizing physical interactions, and this picture shows us on Easter Monday of 2018, Gayaza High School was visiting Busoga College Mwiri, and we had gone there with a mathematics club to conduct a mathematics contest for senior 1 and 2. So we are very good at seminars, we are very good at debates, we are very good at projects and other competitions. And while we were in Busoga College Mwiri, we ran this event live on Facebook, and it caught the eye of Uganda Communications Commission, and they proposed to us to move our work online so that schools are always in each other's backyard, day and night, by use of technology. And that is what we want to test out in Mbalee SS. So achievements so far, we now have a partnership with the Uganda Communications Commission and the Research Education Network Uganda. And what does that partnership do? It connects schools to good internet. And as we speak, before COVID, 60 schools, including Mbale SS, we are connected to the Renew backbone. So I want to tell you at Renew that you received that internet because we exist. If you didn't know, because we exist, and our movement to Mbale was hampered by COVID, but we are happy that we are there finally. And what were we supposed to do? To develop collaborative learning across schools. So friends, if you are not interested in collaborative learning and you are focusing on competition, I think our work should not come to Mbale SS. But having talked to your head teacher, and I want to thank Moses for having accepted that we come to Mbale SS, and also want to thank the Commissioner of Secondary Education who made a call to Moses and told Moses, please go to Mbale Resort Hotel and meet Mr. Dungu a few days ago so that these discussions start. So we are happy to be in Mbale, and we want to answer the challenge of education during the COVID time. So what did we do earlier on? We held some seminars after the first lockdown, and we tested collaboration across schools, and I'll be talking about that shortly. We also set up a holistic e-learning platform at HeLP, and I hope some of you have already reached there. If you can, please, in another window, open this URL so that we talk briefly about it at some point. So currently, we are working with 750 teachers before onboarding Mbale SS, who have 150 teachers. So we are looking forward to reach over 900 teachers within the next 2 weeks because Mbale SS is now on board. But we also had discussions with the Iganga SS last Friday, and I want to thank Mr. Head Teacher Moses Vieira for having accepted to drive me to Iganga SS. And we formed a partnership between Mbale SS and Iganga SS so that we drive the change we want to see within the Eastern region. So there is much more work for you as Mbale SS, but we want to mention here that we have a partnership now with Iganga SS that we must bring alive in the next few weeks. So 750 teachers have been training with us for the last 2 months, and we are training in learning how to create e-learning content and planning how to run online lessons. So what we are going to do with you is really to make sure that all your content within those books, within those laptops, within those computers reaches a certain standard that we call good standard for e-learning. But also we want to bring you online and you teach at a certain standard, and that standard we shall develop it further with you as we go on. So right now we have over 3,000 students from senior 1 to senior 5 across the country who are learning with us. So when we train you as a teacher and we train you in something, for example, we train you in developing a PowerPoint for teaching physics, and you include links to certain videos. And then we train you further on how to use Zoom for teaching and how to use the whiteboard in Zoom, how to annotate, and how to run a PowerPoint. Then we take you to the classes. We take you to the classes for you to do school practice. Can you imagine? We are now going to tell you that you are going to do school practice. Because this is new, it has not been with us. You have not been teaching online. So it means we should be able, somebody's microphone. Is somebody speaking to us? Kauka, you are talking. Can we hear you? Okay, maybe there was something. There was also somebody who raised his hand. We shall give you time to raise your hand, okay? But I was just explaining our model. We are not a school per se. We are a teacher training, capacity development organization. We are fully registered, by the way, as HeLP, Holistic E-Learning Platform. When you go to the registry of companies, you'll be able to see the Holistic E-Learning Platform as a fully registered organization. And we are forming now, we are forming the structures during this COVID time. So we are not going to work only during COVID, we shall work even beyond COVID, connecting schools physically and online. So what I was trying to explain is that when you come to our training sessions, then we take you to the classrooms, and then you do what we call school practice. So what is going to happen with Mbale SS, we are going to train you from Mbale SS. That means from wherever you are, but within the framework of Mbale SS, we are going to ensure that you connect with the students and you open an e-learning program. And from day one, you are going to begin your school practice. And by the time we end COVID, your school practice will end when we know how much you've been able to do. So don't get worried that we are taking you to other schools. No, we are not taking you to other schools. We are first of all taking you to your own students. Beyond your own students, like the partnership we have with Mbale SS, sorry, with Iganga SS, we have already designed, and we talk about that in the strategy. Next week on Thursday, the ICT class of Senior 3 and the agriculture class of Senior 3 must have a lesson. And that lesson is going to be a combined lesson between Iganga SS and Mbale SS. So that means somewhere in the week, we are going to take the teachers to sit together in the two different schools. We bring in other experts from HeLP so that we make a good lesson. And then we look at how will it be when two schools meet online. And that should be a story that is starting in Mbale SS and in Iganga SS. So that is what you are destined for at HeLP. And it is an exciting journey that we want to walk with you. So you can see that while you are among the 60 schools with good internet, we are looking forward to having 1,000 schools in the next 5 years beyond COVID. So that is the prayer that we want all of you to pray, but it cannot happen unless the 60 schools realize this. So just to let you know, we talked about those seminars on 5th December 2020. We held an O-level seminar, mathematics seminar, and this attracted over 3,000 students from over 50 schools. Unfortunately, Mbale SS missed that activity. On the, in Feb 6th, I think it was 6th February, we held a Senior 4 English language seminar, and we had so many schools joining in. And later on, at the end of February, we had the A-level seminar, and we had over 50 schools joining in. But we were quick to realize that Mbale SS was not among those. So we are here to fish Mbale SS, and we must make it a big fish and a big catch. So friends, this is what might happen to you when you come back to school. Your students will be sitting in that main hall, but they will be learning with another student or another teacher from another school. Similarly, we want to take that teacher from Mbale SS to teach 20 other schools online at a go. And that is a dream we want to make with Mbale SS. So this is a picture to show you what we are talking about. And Mbale SS must be marked on the next picture going forward. Why are we in this space? We know that teachers need capacity building to be effective contributors in the e-learning space. Our workshops concentrate on pedagogical aspects of content development and facilitating online. We train educators in developing and facilitating effective inter-school online collaborative activities. So the word here, inter-school is critical. We are for collaboration, we are not for competition. If you want to drag us into competition, then we are as good as gone. But if you want to invite us into school collaboration, we are here to walk the journey with you. E-learning is our niche and project-based learning. So for those who are now in the new curriculum, project-based learning is part and parcel of the new curriculum, and many schools are asking, what are they going to do about it? Holistic e-learning platform will give you the answer. We shall design the projects with you. We shall run the projects with you. We shall ensure that we evaluate the projects with you, and your students will become as good as other students elsewhere. So these have been some of the training. So you can see we started from July 3rd, and maybe you have been missing the show, and we continued in August, and now we are at the end of August, the second month, and we want to work with you in September going forward. So here we are. Mbalee SS must take off now, no turning back. The plane is on, and you can see the faces, the men and women who launched on Friday and talked about the first exposition to a lesson. They are here in the picture. They can tell you what it was, but yourself, you must come into this picture going forward. So I want to stop there about us and ask for any questions so that we answer them before we go to the strategy for the next month. And I'm reliably informed because I've seen Mr. Wiyera Moses is online, and this would be a good time for Moses to welcome us and also give his welcome remarks, but already the deputy has done a good job. So maybe we start with you, Mr. Wiyera, and then we shall take the questions. Over to you, Mr. Wiyera.
Yes, thank you, Ronald. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear.
That's good. Yes, I want to thank the Almighty God for enabling us to be here today. And I hope, Ronald, you traveled safely back to Kampala yesterday. And I want to welcome everyone who is online at this Zoom meeting, especially the partners who have sacrificed their time to be here. And I also want to thank my staff who are attending this Zoom meeting, who have been able to log in. Many of them are not here on site. I have a few with me here on site, but what is important is that they are logged in. As Mbale SS administration and management, we are very excited. We are extremely excited for this opportunity to collaborate with the best in the industry, not just in academics, but most importantly in the e-learning technology. As a school, we have been at a loss since the first lockdown. We had been at a loss on how to go about this whole e-learning stuff. But like the Almighty always looks out for us. So it is an exciting opportunity to be able to link and collaborate with the schools that are on board, but especially the twinning program with the Igang SS.
That's the problem.
On Friday when we were, that mic is on. Even if she goes for the mic, it will be on. Let her switch off. Yeah. Sorry about that. We are on a learning curve. so a bit of these technical glitches will. Yes. They are trying to sort out one of our teachers has her mic on, and I think he's finding trouble switching it off. So as Mbale says, we are certainly excited. I've been trying to interest my teachers here and the fellow administrators, and they are very excited. I think we can see this from the participation, which is growing. I can see we are now at about 49, 50 participants. I know that they're trying, many are trying to come in spite of the challenges that we have gone through, the effects of the pandemic, where MBs might be a challenge, but I'm also happy with the big blue button, which can enable members to join this session is at a minimal cost or at almost no cost. All they need is to have some little money, maybe 1,000 for MBs to be able to access the platform, and then they can be on free of charge. That is very exciting, and that makes it even more affordable. The next day, when we went to Iganga with Ronald, we met the head teacher, the deputies, and the director of studies, and about 30 or so teachers. They are very excited to be part of this partnership with Mbalee SS. As we are aware, Iganga SS is one of the schools that has made themselves a name in this region. So we are excited to partner with them, and we hope that this partnership will be fruitful. Bwana Ronald, I want to thank you for your selflessness, for your dedication to education, to making sure that the outcomes in teaching or in education as a whole are very fruitful and rewarding to the students, but also to the teachers. I admire your passion to furthering education, from teaching and all your international accolades and the national programs that you have launched, and now this HeLP project. We really pray that this project grows and benefits as many learners as possible. As Mbale says, we are on, and we are excited. We shall do whatever it takes. I want to thank my teachers who have come in, those who have so far come in voluntarily. We are here to mobilize more, and you can be sure that by the end of this week, we should be having more than 100 teachers on this platform from Mbale SS alone. Maybe as we go along, my staff, my teachers would love to know how, including myself, we would love to know how this, I think how they are going to handle this sessions with how our students are finally going to be beneficiaries. How are they going to benefit from this going forward, especially in the next 2 weeks of the action plan that we drew with the Ronald. And I would also wish you to share the action plan.
Moses, you're muted. You're muted, Moses.
I think it is the network.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was saying, I think you need to share the action plan for the next 2 weeks, and so that my teachers understand exactly how they are going to fit in and what exactly is expected of them and what they can do at a personal, from a personal point of view as teachers. I liked the idea that you shared with us, where you said this is it's more or less a voluntary activity. It is something that is related to personal development, personal professional development as a teacher. And I think so far, all of us admire all the teachers who you introduced and others whom we are yet to meet. When we were in Iganga, you introduced to me the two lead teachers in Iganga. I think that was Agnes and Lydia. Winnie, yes. These are language teachers who have been conducting lessons, seminars, and they have been very active. And as a result, they have trained their students so well that their students have also become presenters. I've presented in seminars, and I remember you really were impressed by the quality of the presentations of the girls from Iganga. And you were wondering what is the secret in Iganga SS that produces such learners who are very, very good at presentation, but also at content level. As Mbale says, I think this is something that we need to learn from, or something that we should benchmark with, something that we should look forward to. I think we do have equally good students. So it is upon us, the facilitators, the teachers, to mentor them, to hold their hands as it were, so that we bring them along and we empower them. These learners are very fast learners, and they look up to us to give them guidance. So if we do not step in that gap, they will remain unguided and they will not know what to do. They will not know how they can mitigate the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the lockdown. There's no telling how many more lockdowns we shall have. We don't know when we shall open, but even when we open, we don't know how many classes will open. What happens to the other classes that are at home? In fact, on the WhatsApp platforms, which we had tried to I think it was more just a resourceful way as a school to try to do something, however little, but WhatsApp is limited in many ways. The parents were asking us, how do the students now get feedback from you? You have sent them work, but now what do we do with the work after they have done it? How do you mark the work? How do you give them feedback? I think this platform answers all those questions. HeLP answers all those questions. And to me, it's a very exciting moment in our professional development as a school. I personally am interested in ICT. I even did during my master's, my topic was on ICT in secondary schools, the use of ICT in secondary school administration and academics. And I've been passionate since then. So I think we have been having all these gadgets here as a school. We have 2 computer labs. All the teachers have smartphones. Students in their homes have smartphones and maybe laptops and other hardware. But as a school, we had not got that takeoff that we needed to be able to benefit from this technology. And to me, this is like the last maybe piece of the puzzle to really enable us to move further as a school, but also the teacher should look at it like this is empowering them. Tomorrow, the teacher of tomorrow should be a teacher who is ICT savvy. When you are transferred from here and taken into a school like King's College, Budo, or St. Mary's Kisubi, or Nabisunsa or Gayaza, now that they are on those platforms, or Igang SS, if I were a teacher, a school I would be proud to work in. Probably the first question they will ask you, what are your ICT skills? You go to school, they will give you a projector and a laptop, and they will tell you, can you conduct a lesson? And then you will begin, if you don't have those skills, you may miss an opportunity. But most importantly, we can many more projects.
Okay, I think Mr. Abuyela, your microphone is off.
Am I on?
Yes, you are on.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so we shall have many more interactions. Yesterday, I joined the training we had on the new curriculum assessment, and I think it was a good introductory point for and a good number of my teachers also did join, but I'm happy a lot more have joined us today. And as we go along, I think many who are listening in now are going to see what we are exactly doing, and I pray and hope that they will be part and parcel of us. But Mr. Dungu, thank you for your voluntary spirit, and please continue. And may the Almighty God guide you in this path and in this journey, so that we really reap maximum benefits for the learners, but also for the teachers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Abuyela, for those compliments and for the guidance. Friends, I have started sharing the link to our strategy. You can find it in your Holistic Mbale SS WhatsApp group. You can find it in the chat on this platform. Open it, because that's where the strategy for the next 2 weeks is sitting, and the story will be built on that particular page. It is a Google document, and we can keep adding to it as we go forward. Okay. So any questions? Before we move to the next? Okay, Mr. Watitwa, go ahead. Open your microphone.
Yes, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone on this platform.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. Oh, it's a good afternoon, sorry. I'm Bharat Watitwa, my name. I teach Mbale SS mathematics. I'm so grateful to have this as far as the teaching is concerned. I personally, Mr. Dungu, I was a little bit, yes, I was trying to become resistant as far as online teaching is concerned. And I kept on asking one question, whether this will cover up the children we have in the villages. As I speak now, I'm not using the Wi-Fi. I'm deep in the village. And I want to assure you that the last mathematics seminar Madam Correct was facilitating, I happened to help some children to attend using my phone deep in the village. Actually, it may be like the last village of Uganda towards Kenya. And they were able to attend the seminar. They were so grateful. So I just want to encourage teachers, my colleagues, let us embrace the program. We are so grateful with the HeLP. And we pray that God guides you more to give us more knowledge about this. We are ready to have the training as far as the class lesson conduction is concerned. We are really waiting to have that training. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Barasa. I think this is the story we came to pick this morning. We can close and go now. For us, our deal is cut. I want to thank you. And may I request my colleagues, can you find the e-learning team 3, the staff room team 3 link and post it in the chat? Whoever would like now to join the national staff room, okay? We have the Mbale staff room, but now there is also the national staff room because there is a lot the teachers are talking about there. Probably it would be good for you to be there, but it is voluntary. Don't get there and then start saying my data is too much. They are asking us to join this training and the other training. So please, my colleagues, if somebody can go to the Holistic e-learning team 3, pick that link because I think it is still open. If it is full, then we shall open the next staff room because Mbalee SS has come in. But speaking to Mr. Watitwa, I wish you had taken some pictures to share with us. I want us to promote reading groups in villages. One smartphone per village. That's what we want the government to do. One smartphone per village can do a lot. I met a teacher in Niganga, he's in Niganga, and he said, I want now to get a projector and connect it to my phone such that I put it in the trading center when the seminar is going on and the students sit there. And I told him COVID regulations might catch up with you. Be careful. But that was what his dream was, and it will come alive when we go back to the normal situation. So Mr. Watitwa, please kindly join the WhatsApp group. We cannot wait to have you. And the way we work, you join the main staff room, then you join the subject room, then we begin to fish the best out of the best, and we take them to what we call the holistic educators team. And only when you get to that holistic educators team will you access teaching in our classrooms, because you have gone through a lot of training. But I can see Mr. Watitwa is already good for us. We cannot wait to have him every single day because he understands patriotism, self-sacrifice, and the love to make sure everybody is educated. If there are no other questions, because I don't see hands, I want us to move on. Any other one? The WhatsApp group is in the chat. If you really feel this is the time for you to join the national platform, that chat invite is there. However, it will take time. Don't worry, it will take time. We are here. We are going to hold hands with you until we reach the very end. So I will go back and share my screen. Please let me know, colleagues, when a hand comes up. Mr. Kaziba Stephen is here. Mr. Kaziba Stephen, you didn't introduce yourself. Mr. Kaziba Stephen is our focal person. Call him the administrator at HeLP now. He runs the day-to-day with the heads of departments that you've seen, but he's also now running the Big Blue Button session. So tell us, are there any people on the Big Blue Button, Mr. Kaziba?
Yes, Mr. Ronald, we have been having 12 teachers on the Big Blue Button, and now they have dropped a bit, but the number keeps on increasing from 7 to 13, 12, like that.
Okay, we shall do a deliberate effort towards the end for all of us to switch to the big blue button so that we see what that looks like. And we shall do the concluding remarks from the big blue button. But for now, let's continue. Could you introduce yourself, Mr. Kaziba? Who is Stephen? What do you teach and where do you teach?
Thank you so much, Mr. Ronald. My name is Kazuva Stephen, a teacher of physics and math at Tiber International School.
Okay, so Mr. Kazuva brings the blend of the international perspective so that we marry it with a traditional and we move towards the new curriculum. In fact, just to let you know, if you are teaching at HeLP and you are teaching senior 3, you must use the new curriculum strategy. We use the concept approach. We don't use the content approach. So if you think that the new curriculum is for the senior 1 teachers, I just want to let you know that in 2 months' time, the senior 1s are going to migrate to senior 2. So if you're in senior 2, what will you do? What will you do? That is a question. So you had better join in our training sessions. They happen bi-weekly. So we had one yesterday. So we are going to skip and have another the other weekend, just not to tire you down. And we are talking about the new curriculum, and we are asking you to start imagining what the new curriculum will be for you in senior 2 and senior 3 when you are teaching that topic. So it should not be very different from what you are doing, but it must be something that brings value to learning with the students. So I want to go back to my screen and take you through the strategy. So I will share my screen, and maybe before I take you to the strategy, this picture is a picture we took on Friday when we were at Iganga SS. So Mr. Wiyera is here. I'm here, and this is the headmistress of Iganga SS. And we have Agnes here and Winnie, who are our resident trainers now at Iganga SS, like Mr. Masaverisa is a resident trainer. I think you saw him here, Mr. Masava. Those who don't know him, Mr. Masava is here. He's our resident trainer, and he will be stationed in Mbale SS until when we deliver Mbale SS to greatness. Those who may not know, the holistic Mbale SS chat on WhatsApp is already up and running. We encourage you to join that chat. We've introduced the HeLP platform to you, and you can access this HeLP platform freely with the MTN number we talked about without data. And that is with the support from Renew and from UCC. So I will want to move straight now. So on WhatsApp, wherever you find a group that has holistic, that is our group. So there is, you can see holistic Mbale SS, holistic educators. You can only reach here when you have outdone yourself, and very soon we shall have many of you. The holistic eLearning team, that is our first staff room. Holistic mathematics, when you join the staff room, you'll go straight here if you're a mathematics teacher. This is our second staff room. Holistic chemistry, holistic ICT. Now you can see holistic Iganga SS, and the schools are now going to continue here. We have 60 schools on the Renew platform, and they must fall in line by end of December. A-level, group 7, you can see we have group 1 to group 7. We have 3C, 3A, so there must be 3B. There is also 3D somewhere. There is 2A, there is 2B, and so on and so forth. But maybe let's start at the strategy. If you've been able to open this page, which says HeLP Mbalee SS strategy. It was started on the 26th. By show of hands, please put up your hand and we know who has managed. But I know there is a group there of many people and Elisa has taken you there. But those who are in their homes, let us practice putting up the hand now to see who has reached there. By show of hands, have you reached there? Maybe I stop sharing and see. Emmanuel has reached. Anyone else who has reached there? This is the teacher who is teaching and he wants the students to reach a certain document online. So he gives them time to get there. Somebody share the link again in the chat. Or if you can, just look at your WhatsApp. It's there, two people are there. I know there is a big group that is there. 2 people are there. Let's see. Are we going to get other people there? Are we going to manage to get other people there? Angelas from Kalungu district. Angelas, you've reminded me. Put in the chat, whoever can reach the chat, write in the chat where you are coming from. Write in the chat. Mr. Kaziba, tell the people on the big blue button to write in the chat which district they are in, because we might want to visit you in the district. Put it in the chat. As you put up your hand, put it in the chat. Let me see the districts in the chat. Now I'm asking you to multitask on so many things, learning how to find the chat and typing there, learning how to raise your hand. So put up your hand on one side as you type in the chat. That is the teacher we want. You are raising your hand, you are typing in the chat. How can you do that? You can just click on raise hand and then you can now type in the chat. That is the flexibility of technology. Okay, somebody in the chat, tell me where you're calling from. Write in the chat. Kibuku district. Kibuku district. Now I need to know the nearest district because I've not been to Kibuku. Emmanuel, Kibuku district is next to which other district? The geographer is going to teach me so that I know where Kibuku is. 7 people have raised their hands. 1 person has typed in the chat. Mr. Risa, your team can type there. It is next to Vodaka. Then I'm home. Navide is in Mbale. Somebody is in Mbale city. Mbale. Many people are in Mbale. I was just in Mbale the other day, and I tested the link. Somebody has opened their microphone, please. I tested the link, the big blue button link, all the way from Mbale, and I can assure you that the connection was good as we drove through all the villages. The villages, mentioned them. They were all good. We went to Iganga, past Iganga, we came to Jinja, we moved to to Kayunga, and all the way to Gayaza. The connection was good. So try it and enjoy yourself. So many of you are in Mbale City. So let's continue. You are next to school, and therefore we shall use the internet in school if we can, or stay at home and use the big blue button. There is no cost here. There is no cost, Mr. Vuyera. We can do this program without a cost, and we want the students to do it with a minimal cost. So we shall learn how to use the big blue button and also teach the students how to use the big blue button. So these are the people who attended that meeting: Moses Vuyera, Jovia Nakayenze, Tom Angulo, Irene Irana, Zeulia Navirie, Elisa Masava, and I who were at that meeting. We needed Jovia because she's ICT and ICT team. Adam and others, you are going to lead this effort, but also agriculture people I badly need you because I must connect my job of working with the national teachers colleges and mentoring the lecturers in practical teaching of agriculture. I must connect them right to you, the teachers. And as I said, we must begin teaching practice in the agriculture department because already the students are there. We have their contacts. The lecturers are there. They are ready to mentor you so that we get that going. Our agenda, of course, we introduced ourselves and we talked about where we are and where we can go. So we took note that your school has 4,700 students plus. And, somebody help me mute that person.
Ronald?
Yes.
Could you share your screen because it looks
So do you see the strategy?
Yes, now it is there.
Okay, it was also intentional that people look for this document by themselves and not look at my screen. But now that we are here, well and good. We noted the ICT class has 265 students. And did you say, Jovia, if you are there, did you say it is compulsory? Or was it the agriculture that was compulsory? Anyway.
Hello.
Yes, Jovia.
I mean, computer in senior 3 is optional.
Okay, but senior 2?
Senior 2 and senior 1 is compulsory.
Wonderful. And
yes.
I was told that the agriculture students are many because they love it. And that is what brings us to Mbalee SS. Senior 6 class has over 565 students, and that was good to hear. The school has WhatsApp groups and students can receive school messages. This is where we want you to center the communication. At HeLP, what we do with the WhatsApp groups, we call them message boards. We close the WhatsApp at 8 p.m. and open it at 2 p.m. because our lessons start at 2 p.m. and we want to hear what challenges students are getting. I'm not asking you to close your WhatsApp groups, but I'm asking you to manage the WhatsApp groups. So we have mentors on the WhatsApp groups, and it would be good for the class teachers or mentors to be on those class WhatsApp groups to direct students and tell them there is a lesson tomorrow, there is an assignment you are given, you can find it here, and such things. The school has a new internet connection, and many of you are using it now, and that is excellent. The school has a computer lab accessible by anyone interested, and they also have a projector and other equipment, okay? This is excellent to us because many schools have closed the computer labs and they're saying the power bills are too many, so they don't want the teachers to come. And we've asked them, what about the internet that we put in that lab? What should we do with it? Okay. We were not able to reach there because the person who had the key was not there. We also came in very late, about 6 p.m. But Jovia and of course, Erisa, take some pictures. Take some pictures of the teachers who are sitting there now. I've already seen Mr. Headmaster, you are sitting in a computer lab. Take a picture of that computer lab and share that on your WhatsApp group so that we can have it. And it goes down in our report for today. And it will go down on this page anyway, so that we can continue building the story. Some teachers stay near the school, others don't stay near the school, and we have seen it as a pattern in the chat. Some are in Mbale City, others are far. But I know during school time, you all come back to Mbale City. But now you are far, therefore, we want you to continue with this program, probably using the big blue button and not using your money because no one is going to be paying for your data. The school can provide tea and lunch for any staff ready to work through the week. That was excellent. And Mr. Headmaster, we thank you. And we pray that that continues because it is going to be hard work and we are not going to rest until we reach the destination. The head teacher is willing to support an e-learning program co-created with Holistic e-learning platform. And for today, I want to tell you, Mr. Headmaster, that the deputy headmistress has also said that she's very excited and ready to support. So in our next minutes, Christine, our rapporteur, please capture that so that we include it in our minutes. So HeLP is willing to support the school, and we will commit Mr. Masaverisa, who has already started his work, an old boy of the school, to mentor the teachers. He lives just below the school. So make use of Mr. Masava. And I will pause here to tell you a little bit about Mr. Masava. I got to know Mr. Masava about a month or 6 weeks ago when we ran an advert for teachers of mathematics and physics to apply and attend a workshop that was going to run for 8 sessions. Mr. Masava applied and he told us that he's from Mbale, and I was worried we may not be able to connect with him due to the challenges of internet. I must say, what I saw of Mr. Masava 6 weeks ago is very, very different of what he is now, that we can even trust him as a support to a whole school of 150 teachers. So I want to thank Mr. Masava for the commitment he has had and for the energy he has exhibited. And what he is what we want every Mbale SS teacher to be. In 6 weeks, we must have delivered you to the level we have seen Mr. Masava be. And the incremental level is what we are talking about. So if you're already good, like our ICT expert, Jovia, then we add that incremental level so that you are at your best. If you are at the very first stage, then we add that incremental level we have seen Mr. Masava achieve in 6 weeks so that you reach a certain level. We are going to support Mr. Masava with all the technical expertise, and he will support you. And he has a challenge. Mr. Masava must deliver the 150 teachers in Mbale SS. So the earlier you get working, the better for Mr. Masava and for all of us. I noted that the school has a 9-member agriculture teachers team, and I want to tell you that I'm very, very interested in these agriculture teachers. I'm a physics maths teacher, but when I was at Gayaza High School, I started a program of teaching any subject with the context of agriculture. And I want to challenge you. I saw a banana garden far off below the field. How can you teach a chemistry lesson, a biology lesson, a history lesson, an ICT lesson, a fine art lesson, your subject lesson from that banana garden? If you do that and you shoot your lesson from the banana garden and you teach us a given topic, I will know that my job is done in Mbale SS. So that is the challenge I'm leaving with you as we go forward. So we set Friday 27th, which passed, Elisa was to meet and mentor the ICT head of department and other teachers. And I want to thank those who joined in, and they also participated in the 2 p.m. HeLP lessons. And for us, with Mr. Vieira, we went to Iganga Girls for benchmarking, and I was to share the invitations for Saturday HeLP, and I want to thank those who came to the Saturday events yesterday. There were too many, but we thank you for having joined. So Saturday 28th, teachers to be invited, and many attended. We had a teachers workshop at 8 a.m. to 10, we had an S2 mathematics seminar from 10 to 11:30. And then we had an S3 mathematics seminar from 11:30 to 1. And later on at 2:30, we had a discussion of the new curriculum. And this is how our Saturdays roll. So if you want to join us at the Holistic eLearning platform, this is the kind of work you are going to go through, and this will make you the teacher we want. So coming back to Mbale SS, we want the internal seminars on Saturday to take shape. We want the teachers workshop, they will be joining us. That is good. For now, next weekend, we have requested the head teacher to ensure that the students join us in the seminars. There will be a physics seminar at that, so that they experience what seminars are all about. But going forward, very soon, we will have Saturday cut out for seminars at Mbale SS. And when Mbale SS designs a seminar, all of us at the Holistic eLearning platform, we shall bring everybody over to Mbale SS. So like when we hold a mathematics seminar at our good pace, we would get 200 senior 3 students joining in. So all the 200 students at Holistic will now come to Mbale SS for that seminar that we will organize. How soon? The question is with you, and we shall work with you to make that possible. Sunday 29th today, we are here, and we set to end at 1. But since we started a little late, I will request that we push in some 20 minutes of your lunch time so that we complete this session. So we are here and we are on course. And what does it say? Monday to Tuesday, 30th to 31st August, we are going to practice and prepare for lessons. Each one of you in your subjects, you are going to prepare for lessons. And the steps are very simple. The steps are very simple. I will type here, find your notes, basic notes in that topic you want to start with. And before you find your notes, let us look back at our scheme of work. You know, you had done a scheme of work and students did not come. So we are going to use that scheme of work. But I also want to warn you that we are not going to have all the students. So we are not going to teach what we will not repeat. Whatever we are going to teach, we shall repeat when they come back to school, unless 100% of them come in. But what we are going to do, we are going to practice and find how to engage students online. So that practice may require you to include in your notes quite a number of activities that you want the students to do, and also links to online resources if you want them to find them. But because of data issues, we don't want to do a lot of online resources. So you will still share notes or reading materials through WhatsApp. So that will be very key for you, so that everybody can access that material you want to send to them. But as we go along, we shall discover what works for Mbale SS. ICT and agriculture teams, you are going to work with the HeLP team to prepare the first lesson, trial lessons. So for example, our ICT chief, Mr. Anjala, is going to work with Jovia and your group, plus the teacher at Iganga SS, so that we plan the first ICT lesson that will happen. So I want to request that tomorrow, Monday, we spare some time, Jovia, so that we connect you to Mr. Anjala, and we also bring on board the ICT teacher, and we shall post a link within the Mbale SS platform that will guide you where to meet these, so that you talk about the ICT lesson. My agriculture team, I also want to request you that tomorrow we join with the team from Iganga if they are available. I know that some of them are off for NCDC work, but then Mbale SS will now organize an agriculture lesson. We already set our topic. It is going to be management practices, animal management practices, and we are focusing on the goat. So we shall try to bring lecturers from NTC Unyama in Nguru to work with you so that that lesson becomes a success. This morning, they have been shooting videos on their goat structure, and they are going to explain to us how a good structure of goats should look. They are going to show us their breeds of goats, and then they are going to show us some management practices in goat rearing that you will use in your lessons, plus our goats at school that we looked at. So we shall bring Iganga SS to join your class, even when we can't find their teachers because they are for UNEB work. So get ready, my agriculture class. Your class is going to be bigger, and you never know, we might also bring another specialist of agriculture to see how well we are taking off. And that lesson, ICT lesson and agriculture lesson, we shall see below when it will happen. Erisa is going to be with you, troubleshooting and supporting all of you so that we are ready. Wednesday morning, Mr. Headmaster and Deputy, we agreed that we send invitations through WhatsApp for all students of ICT at Senior 3 and Agriculture to come for a meeting. The link has already been put here, the Zoom link. Pick it and put it in your WhatsApp group and share it. So let me just look for Mbale group here and put it here so that Jovia and team, you can pick let's see, Mbale SS, okay. So this is the link to the Zoom lessons. Let me leave it here for Jovia to look back to. Okay. So, Mr. Kaziba, am I back on the strategy or I've gone elsewhere now? What are you seeing on my screen? Whoever can speak, tell me what you are seeing on my screen.
You are there? You are there, we are seeing the strategy.
Okay, so we are rolling with the strategy. Mr. Headmaster and Deputy, when the Senior 3 students come online, you need to address them as a head teacher and tell them the next steps. And these are the next steps that we are drafting here. And you tell them to prepare for lessons and also tell them about how to access the lessons. And Mr. Masaba will be with you to show them the big blue button. We are going to dedicate our Zoom accounts at HeLP to make sure this happens, plus our big blue button accounts. But very soon we shall talk to Renew and we shall get a letter from Mbale SS that will guide Renew to set up the accounts for Mbale SS, 5 accounts that you will use for your lessons going forward. Thursday, lesson 1 will start at 8 to 9 and it will be an S3 ICT lesson. And I want to encourage all the teachers, if you can peep in and see how are the ICT team doing it? What are they talking about? How are they migrating around the class and get an experience? From 10 to 11:30. Now these times you can change them depending on what you want, but you must not go into the afternoon because our accounts also have other lessons. The Senior 3 class will come alive and then we see how the teacher moves to the field and shows us about the goats and so on and so forth. Then I want to suggest that on Thursday at 5 p.m. we meet again. So we shall see which ID, but I think this ID I put here has been reserved for now, okay? What went right, what went wrong, and strategies for improvement. And this would be good that everyone of us who are attending today join in this discussion. So I'm going to put here, everyone needs to join. We are being very careful not to compel you. So we are not using the word should because the start is always hard. But remember, what you miss will count on you in future. And you can join using the big blue button, so it won't be costly to you. Friday, we want to arrange some 2 lessons, and we are open. You can put in the chat now that my subject should come first. So put in the chat if you're already converted and you want to take the challenge, put in the chat and say that you want to go. Commit your subject in the chat that you want to be put on Friday for lessons. Is there somebody watching the chat? Is there anybody who is mentioning their subject in the chat? Remember, we are drawing an action plan, and unless you commit yourself, you will find yourself at the back of this strategy. You will not be the front runners. So anyone who wants to commit that my subject should come next on Friday? Mr. Masaba, the team that is seated before you there, is there somebody who wants to take the challenge? We shall work with them and ensure that that lesson happens. Senior 3. Senior 3, we've taken Senior 3 now. Okay, I'm not going to wait long here, but the challenge is here. 2 participants. Okay, agriculture, we have already mentioned agriculture. Oh, agriculture A level. Agriculture A level. Harriet says agriculture A level. Okay, that is interesting. Harriet, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, for now, I'll put here agriculture A level. Agriculture department is on fire. What about you? Anyone else before I leave here? You know, like those pastors say, who is ready to commit themselves for life? This is what I'm also here to do. Who is ready? Okay, maybe you are not hearing the voice of God telling you that you can do it. Listen a little deeper. Chemistry, properties of soil. Now, can you see agriculture? And can you work with the chemistry team so that this chemistry lesson takes us to see some soil and the properties that he's talking about, and not just properties on the blackboard or properties on a computer, but properties in soil. This is going to be very exciting, and I want to be part of this discussion going forward. Saturday 4th, teachers should be invited to attend the training. It starts from 8 a.m. So you may have to sacrifice some sleep, and ends at 10 a.m. So join us at HeLP. We shall put the link within your, somebody is committing someone here. Can you put English language? We shall work together. Wonderful. Can you put English language? We shall work together. Okay, maybe the others we can have them on Saturday when we are drawing the main program. So on Saturday, teachers should be invited to attend the training, 8 to 10. And students, Victoria says English language. We are going to commit our English majors. Christine, you have a job to do here in Mbale with Victoria and the headmaster, so that the English language lesson is arranged. Okay, we are here and we are saying that the students of Senior 3 and Senior 2 should be invited to attend the seminars at HeLP. So please share our posters, and Mr. Kaziba, next week's posters should come out as early as Tuesday, so that they can invite the students. This will give the students, they will give them a life experience, and they will come back to say, teachers, we want to be like that. We want to do it like that. We are here and ready to do it. And that is what we want. We just want to light the fire in Mbalee SS, both at the teacher end, at the student end. And believe me or not, the rest will fall in line. So on Sunday, at the same time, Mr. Headmaster, probably with a good cup of tea, we are coming back to draw an agenda, draw up a teaching timetable for O level that is going to run until 1 month later. We are going to do it next Sunday, and everybody needs to be ready for this. We will not be asking in the chat who is ready, who wants to be ready, but you will just be mentioning in the chat that put me on Monday, put me on Tuesday, put me on Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So colleagues, this is the agreement we made, and we call it the Mbale Declaration, and it happened on 26th of August, 2021. And we want to share this with the Commissioner of Secondary Education and alert him to keep watching the Zoom lessons and see what is happening in Mbalee SS. I want to stop sharing for now and take any questions, any worries, any suggestions, any discussions. And in 5 minutes, we will look briefly at the e-learning platform, and we shall be ready to close so that we prepare for Sunday lunch. Any questions? I know I've always been very good to confuse people so that they don't ask any questions, but our team on ground will answer any other questions if they are not there now. Put the question in the chat. Put the question in the chat. I know raising hands in a class is always difficult for students, and they will put it here. By the time they put it up, the teacher is walking out. So put it in the chat. We shall read the comment. No question, nothing in the chat. Is the strategy clear? Are we ready to run the strategy? Maybe Mr. Buyera, you want to add something to the strategy so that you encourage us not to fear to start.
Yes. Thank you.
You have 2 gadgets. You have 2 gadgets, Mr. Buyera.
Yeah, I want to.
Now something is happening. We don't know what's happening. We can't hear you. Speak again.
You can't.
Now go. Speak okay. Now.
Okay. Am I on now?
You are on.
Okay, thank you. I was saying thank you for the presentation. I think things are becoming clearer to everyone. And I can see a lot of enthusiasm for the first team of the volunteers. Those who are here with me and those who are online. I want to encourage my teachers, especially who are coming into this for the first time. All of us are coming into this for the first time. And I think the story of Erisa Masawa should inspire us that only 6 weeks ago, he was just like any of us here now. Today, he's now the coordinator. What was the title? Once again, he's actually our resident expert.
Yes. And
like you rightly observed, I think all of us should aspire to be like Risa here in the coming weeks. We should be able to conduct lessons. We should be able to sit with other teachers around the country, plan the lessons, critique the lessons, prepare them, evaluate them, and then be able to present them. And I think you also observed that these lessons can be presented by more than one person. I think there is co-teaching. You can be here in Mbale SS and you're presenting a lesson to the rest of the country with another teacher in Iganga or another teacher in Gayaza or St. Mary's or Mwiri or any of the other partner schools. That is also exciting because then the burden is removed from one individual. Someone can be doing something else, like as someone steps in to explain a concept. So I want to encourage the teachers. I know most of us have ICT phobia, which I hope we are now beginning. We are desensitizing them against ICT. I think this participation alone, those who have been in Kamoli, finally, we shall encourage them to I think even just lifting a hand is good enough. Asking a question in the chat is good enough. Appearing on video is good enough. Asking a question on audio is good enough. The first time I came into contact with Zoom was not long ago. It was, I think, in the first lockdown. And I had to host a meeting of about 300 people. This time they were all over the world. And I was chairing that meeting. And it was the first time I was using ICT. Adam helped me through. He took me through a few steps. And I took on and held a 2-hour meeting successfully. I think all of us have the potential. We only need to exploit that inner potential so that we can use these gadgets more productively than we have been. So that when you go on your phone, you're not just going there to greet a friend or to post something or a video on a WhatsApp platform, but you are also using it as a tool to make you a better teacher, and a teacher who can reach the nation, who is nationwide this time, so that we're able to engage with other teachers and also with the students of other schools, partner schools, so that we can there can be mutual benefit. So let's just be open-minded. Erisa is here to help us through. We have ICT team here. We have Andrew Esimika is one of the ICT teachers. We have Adam Chiimba here, is the ICT administrator. We have Jovia, head of department ICT. We have Martin Tabiruka, who is also one of the ICT teachers. These are always with us here. They should be able to help out the rest of us who are not so much ICT savvy. And we get through. That's why I encouraged Victoria as part of the English department to come in and present. And I think we should link Victoria to the two ladies in Iganga, so that they can take us through how to prepare a lesson and how to present it. It shouldn't be a difficult task. I want to encourage the other teachers who are on this forum to volunteer to present a lesson. All the support is there, and it should be exciting. By the way, you can first make a peer presentation, a demonstration lesson before you eventually go live online to present to the rest of the country. So let us be open-minded. Let us embrace this phenomenon, and I think the rest will be history. Even when the lockdown ends finally, I think we are going to be very wonderful teachers. We have been having, in this school, we have so many of these projectors, but the projectors are only used in the ICT lab. All the other subjects are still choking and talking and dictating notes. And yet these gadgets can aid, can make our work very easy. You don't even need to carry any book. You go, you download your notes and so on. And also empower the students. Because when a student leaves a school like Mbalee SS, he should be empowered. It is a center of excellence. So what shows that you are from a school that is a center of excellence? So let's empower ourselves so that we are able to empower the students, and the sky will be the limit.
Oh, we have lost him. Okay, maybe he was finishing. Mr. Wiela, we lost the last words. We really lost the last words, Mr. Wiela. I don't know if it is me. Are you still hearing me? Friends, are you hearing me?
Yes, we are. We are hearing you.
Yes, we are.
I'm hearing you, but Mr. Wiera has gone off.
Okay, we lost Mr. Wiera. Okay.
Yeah, internet is unstable here.
Okay. Okay, and Mr. Wiera.
Mute here.
Okay, is this still going to speak? Okay, somebody put in the chat that the worry is the network, but I want to tell you that the worries are many, but we must embark on the journey and we shall sort them as we go. We sort the worries as we go, but the worries should not stop us from going ahead. Now, yes.
I was saying that you had talked of us, all of us going to the big blue button. And also, I wanted to encourage my teachers, all of them, wherever they are, to switch on their videos as a way of demonstration that they have learned to log in with the video, so that we see that some learning outcomes have taken place. When we assess using the new curriculum methodology, we can say he was able to lift to do what? To chart. He was able to carry to raise his hand or her hand. He was able to key in with the video. So Victoria, Jamila, Mr. Inom, Mr. Nyango, you welcome briefly. Irana, Masanyu, Harriet, Baraza, Magoye, Emma. Mr. Okoye, can we have your videos, please, before we close? Don't worry, even if you're in the garden, we don't mind. We know today is Sunday, so we are not expecting you to be on a suit. Yes, we have Emma there. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Viera, as the videos come alive.
We have Irana. We have Kitui. Kitui, yours is frozen. Is it a picture or a video? Yes, Andrew, Richard. Yes, Baraza, Watitwa, we have seen. Yes, Muzaki Rose.
Okay, Mr. Viera, let the videos come on. Let the videos come on.
We are glad to have you on this platform.
Mr. Viera, let the videos come on as we continue.
I see a photograph, not a video.
Mr. Viera, yes. We need to continue as the videos come on.
Mago is there. Madama Chom. I'm not sure whether it is a photograph. I
like this. Mr. Viera, we want to continue as the videos come on. Can you allow us to continue?
I know some networks, depending on where we are, sometimes the videos might be difficult. Yeah, Mr. Watsala, I can see Agnes. Yes, Mr. Makatu.
Okay, Mr. Viera, we want to continue as the videos come on. We have a question, we have a hand up for Harriet, but as Harriet comes on, Harriet unmute. As you come on, I want to request my friends at HeLP to prepare. You are just going to tell us in a minute how your day runs at HeLP and what has been the most exciting task for you at HeLP so that we have a feel of that. Harriet Mugala, Harriet, open your microphone and speak to us, Harriet.
Yeah, at this juncture, I want to hand over back to Ronald. You can take over. But I was looking forward to demonstrating a big blue button.
We are going to go there. We shall go there at some point.
Before we conclude.
Yes, we shall go there at some point. Okay. Okay, Harriet Mugala, can you open your mic and talk to us? I can see your hand is up. Harriet, unmute.
So can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
If you want to talk, increase volume. Hi, Ronald, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm learning. By the way, today is my very first day in this class. And wow. I want to agree with the head teacher that many of us had a lot of phobia. We had a lot of phobia when it comes to the use of these modern gadgets in teaching. And let me be open and tell you that the people in ICT here have suffered with me previously, because whenever I wanted to show a video to some of my students, senior 3 particularly, I would run here. I really hope and pray that at the end of this all, I'll be able to work without them. I'm also grateful to the head teacher. Actually, I think I love working with him. He's such a great head teacher. You are helping me to become a better teacher, despite my advanced age. You're making me a better teacher of the very 21st century. And I want to assure Ronald and my friend, my young friend, Masava, I wish I could get the other name. Elisa. I want to assure Elisa that since you're going to support him to be able to deliver the teachers of Mbale SS, I think I want to be one of those teachers of Mbale SS that would love to see him deliver us alive. I'm also a mother, and when you're in that labor, I know he's going to go through it to deliver us. I want to be delivered alive. I also want to thank our commissioner. In your communication, you talked about him, and therefore I got to know that he's also behind this all. And like a good father, his hands are off from Mbale SS here, but I'm grateful that his eyes have never been kept off from Mbale SS. I want to thank the other participants and also to encourage many more to join. It's not yet very late, so we are many in this class. I want to stop right there. I want to thank God and thank you for participating. May God bless you.
Bless you too.
Thank you, Harriet. Those are very good commitments, and please put your commitment in the chat. Write to us in the chat. Put it there. Put it on the WhatsApp group. We shall read them, we shall archive them, and we shall follow your story. Charles, help me to see if you can go to the big blue button. It looks like we have lost Mr. Kaziva, and we need permission, rights to share screens, because we are going there soon. Okay, my friends from HeLP, anyone who wants to share their story, what is your day like? And what has been one of the most exciting session for you, or point, or any exciting bit that you've come across at HeLP in the last 6 weeks? And Mr. Masaba, you can also talk from where you are, but all the other HeLP people, anyone, please, you can raise your hand. We always start with raising the hand. That shows that we are following the standard procedures of learning. Are my friends at HeLP hearing me? Or is the task too hard? Friends, the rest of you, are you hearing me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Very clear.
Yes. Okay. Okay, the team at HeLP, never mind, Mbale colleagues, you are all coming to HeLP. But the team that has been at HeLP, can you share with us one of your busiest day? And what was it that was exciting, or what is it that has been exciting to you at HeLP? Anyone? Put up your hand and then we shall ask you to speak. Mr. Masaba, are you there? Is Mr. Masaba still with us?
Yes. Yes, I'm there. I don't know if you can hear me.
Could you? Yes, can we start with your story, Mr. Masaba?
All right, thank you so much,
Briefly,
Ronald.
1 minute.
All right. Now, I don't know if the feedback is too much or you can hear me well. All right.
We can hear
always,
you, Mr. Masaba.
My busiest day is always a Monday, and I always love the Sunday because it's always for preparations. That Sunday, that Monday, I happened to be sharing a class with Teacher Martha, that one of senior one. And we always have a lot of discussions that Sunday. What do I put? What do I do here? What do I do here? So I really love being at HeLP, and I am not looking back. I think I'm trying to use the time. Over to you, Ronald.
Okay, Mr. Masaba, thank you. Anyone else at HeLP wants to talk about their experience at HeLP? You know, we are running a motivational session. We want to get more people down the line like we heard from Harriet. So we must share. The rest of us at Mbalee SS, please type in the chat your experience for today, what you want to tell us. Mr. Angela, Madam Javira, Christine, are you saying something to the members here? Okay, I know Mr. Angela has to look at call Mr. Kaziba for the big blue button, but that is okay. Mr. Angela?
Ronald?
Yes?
The big blue button, I'm only seeing 3 people.
Yeah, we are going there, but I need to get rights to share, but Mr. Kaziba has dropped off the line, I think.
Okay, let me try to go there.
Alternatively, we set another big blue button link. You open your side so that we can use yours. That could be also another.
Okay, I think that is a better alternative.
Okay, as you work on that, Madam Javira, do you want to speak to us? Christine, do you want to speak to us? Who else was there on the call? Okay. Yes, Christine, tell us your story at HeLP.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Dungu. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I just want to give a small experience at HeLP. My experience has been very interesting. I joined in when I knew very little about ICT, but right now, colleagues, I can actually say that I know so much, and I can even train any other person that would be willing to learn. So there are a lot of things that I had to unlearn and then learn, but I don't know, but I thank God that I met HeLP and I've learned so much. During the week, we have classes. We have S1, S2, S3, and S5 so far, and the classes are very interesting. You meet students that are really willing to learn. They contribute a lot. They are willing to hand in their assignments. So my experience with HeLP has been very, it has been very wonderful. And I think personally, I would say that COVID came as a blessing in disguise for me, because it gave me an opportunity to learn. I think if it was not for COVID, I would not have interacted so much with a lot of people through HeLP, but because of COVID, I've interacted with a lot of people. I have learned a lot, and I just want to thank Mr. Dungu for the opportunity to be part of HeLP, because for sure I'm not the same person when I actually joined HeLP. Thank you so much, and I encourage all of us to have an open heart, an open mind to learn, and even within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you learn so much. I think so far we are still learning a lot of things that we didn't even know. So I encourage us to have an open mind and be willing to learn, and for sure you are going to impact the lives of your students so much with whatever you're going to learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christine. Madam Javira, are you there? You know, today was a Sunday, so I hijacked my team to be on the Mbale call, and I told them we shall end by 1, never mind. Now we are 1:30, okay? So you can imagine where we are. So we have a new link for the big blue button, and myself, I will try to log out. but it looks like Mr. Kaziva is also back. Mr. Angela just confirmed Mr. Kaziva seems to come alive also, so that we don't mix ourselves up a bit. Okay, I will just talk a little bit about our home as we sort out the big blue button. Let me just go there and then go here. Okay, tell me what you are seeing on my screen. What are you seeing on my screen? Are you seeing any beautiful faces?
Yes, we are.
Okay, this is one of the last photographs we took before COVID, and we cannot have any other. These are Navisunsa girls. We cannot have any other because now students are not in uniform, and they don't have, they have masks on. So what I want to request in Mbale SS, if there are some students near school, 5 or 6 of them, please ask them to put on uniform and take a nice photo of them with masks on, so that we can now begin to have another photo to use on uniform, but with masks on. It will be very exciting if somebody finds in our home Mbalee SS. So these are the first schools that we had, and these were the first photos. So if you managed, and I don't know if you managed to go to www.help.sc.ug, if you managed, you will come to this page, and when you scroll down, you will find these 3 tabs. One says community outreach, another one says teacher training courses, another one says premium courses. Now, all the content we have written before, we have archived it here, and this is not very accessible now because we know many people are too technical. Once they get to this website, they're going to throw open many things and we shall lose content. So as we bring you online, we want to make sure that we train you. So we shall be doing training here so that when you start accessing very well done content, you don't spoil the content. So most of our work now for Mbale SS and the rest of the schools and teachers is here in the outreach courses. And this speaks for itself, community outreach. So if you're a teacher at Mbale SS and you design a lesson where we have supported you and you think that your lesson is nice to be shared nationally, we shall come and post it here. Okay, so when I get here, I will click and then it will open and then I see the subjects that are there. Never mind, your subject is not here because the content we are having is still being scrutinized so that it comes here. And maybe you are going to help us to do the scrutiny and quickly put here your subject with your content. And this is what we want to see in the e-learning platform for Mbale SS. We have friends at Renew who can guide you on how to create a model platform like this for Mbale SS, and that is what we want to do with you. But when you have used content in Mbale SS and you feel you have refined it and you have improved it, then we come here. So I will click on my subject, mathematics. Christine, your hand is up. Do you have something to say, Christine?
Yes, Mr. Dungu, Mr. Javi just got an emergency, but she's coming back. Eh?
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Maybe she will still find us on Big Blue and she will tell us her experience. So we have started writing some courses, Senior 3 Mathematics, Senior 2 Mathematics, Senior 2, then there are online lessons, then the seminar that happened. If you want to know what happened in the seminar, you'll find it here. Then the A-level mathematics is there. And of course, Senior 1 is coming alive. and the A-level lessons are coming alive here. Like I told you, we were hit by COVID and we went to a standstill, but we have picked ourselves up 2 months ago, and we are now running back on course. And Mbalee SS is one of those big achievements we are making. When I want to enter mathematics, they tell me that you cannot do that. Then I must register. If you have a Google account, you will just use this tab and you will register. If you don't have a Google account, you will create a new account here. You will click there, create a new account, and you'll have to work with Adam and our own Elisa and Jovia to create a username, password, put in your emails, your names, and select your country. Remember, I told you, now we have Afghanistan students in Uganda. Maybe they will select Afghanistan. For you, you are selecting Uganda, but somebody from abroad will select their country. So we are talking about Mbale, we are talking about the Eastern region, we are talking about the national region, we are talking about East Africa, we are talking about Africa, and finally we shall be talking about the world. What a dream. We want you to actualize this dream and run with it. Even after we have expired, we want you to continue with this dream. Important information, put in your school. This is the check. How many Mbalee SS are going to register on this platform? And tell us, are you a teacher? Are you a partner? Are you senior 6? Are you senior 5? Are you senior 1? And so on. So then we register ourselves on this platform. I will cancel that registration because I don't want to register anything. And for me, I'm already registered, and I will log in just to give you a glimpse of what to find in the senior 3 math class. The announcements that went on a long time ago, and I just want to take you down. Whatever has been happening is there, and you can decide to now begin viewing the lessons. We want to build these lessons as we go. We only started our lessons 2 weeks ago, but we want to build the lessons as we go. So you can find something about the statistics lessons. And this is a self-study kind of platform. And that's what we want the students to do at HeLP. They do self-study. And then in the afternoons, we reflect on some activities that the self-study is providing. And then on Saturday, we do the seminars so that they can speak to us. They have videos to watch, and this is going to be a challenge because students don't have data to watch the videos. So we shall keep our lessons a little lean, but when they come back to school, then we can play these videos for them. So this is the kind of content you are going to develop: well-written notes, activities, okay? Like this activity for a mathematics teacher, as an individual or in groups of 5, walk around your home or school compound and measure the circumference of 10 or more trees that you can find. Document the process you use in carrying out this activity, and where possible, take some relevant pictures. Requirement: record down the values and report your findings in the forum. So there is a forum for discussion on this platform. And watch the video below. By the time they end these videos, it will be teaching them how we measure the age of trees scientifically. And this activity designed by a math teacher could easily draw the students into being scientists in future. Or they might end up planting more trees because they don't have trees in their gardens. So the imagination of how to arrange your class is going to be with you. It's going to be with you. So at HeLP, we train you in that. Then you come home you write those lessons, you put them on the e-learning platform for Mbalee SS. The students use them. Once you are fine with your lesson and you feel it can go to the national level, then you say, I have my lesson, can you include it on the national platform? So that is what we are going to be doing. And whoever comes to this lesson or who comes to read about this lesson, I can check about their participation, and I will see somebody was here 2 days ago, somebody was here 36 days ago, somebody was here 1 day ago, and you might find that somebody is here just a few minutes, and so on and so forth. So I want to stop sharing that. We will have time for that. Mr. Masava will take us through with time as we populate the e-learning platform. Madame Javila is here. I want Madame Javila to share as a mathematics teacher what her day is, especially when she's planning for a lesson, and what she has learned at HeLP in the last, I don't know if there are 6 weeks for her, or more or less. Madame Javila, over to you, and then we shall switch to the big blue button.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dungu. I'm sorry I had stepped out to sort out some issues, but I'm glad I'm back. I think I joined about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I must say I've grown professionally tremendously, if that is a correct word for the English people. One, I've learned how to generate online content. Secondly, I've learned very many applications with the help of the ICT group at HeLP. Applications that have helped me in math, for example, drawing graphs. I can now ably draw graphs on the computer. I've also, my day when I'm preparing for a lesson, because we usually use PowerPoint, I have to include the concept bits, like Mr. Dungu mentioned. We are trying to incorporate both content and concept, even at the S3 level. So good enough, at least I've attended enough, and actually a trainer for the new curriculum. So at least I'm at some level of developing those scenarios. So I try as much as possible for the topic that I can, even if it's not at the beginning, at least somewhere in the middle of the presentation, I bring in a scenario so that the students appreciate that particular topic of math. They appreciate its use in the daily life or its application, because most of the time that is what they ask. Now, how is that going to help us? How is that going to help us? So as teachers, we have that task to try and relate the topics we are teaching to daily life application. It may not be easy. We may not find that for all topics, but where we can, like I said, it would be best at the beginning of the lesson. But if it can't be there, at least somewhere in the middle, so that they appreciate that indeed that topic helps them. So I do that, try to think, then I share with my team for feedback. So they tell me maybe here, do this, do that. I panel beat, send back again to the WhatsApp group of the team, so that by the time we are going for the lesson, at least I've gotten the input for all my members, because it is an issue of teamwork, not a one-man's show, if I could say that. It's an issue of teamwork. So that is what happens. Even during the lesson, we've tried to have co-facilitators. It is quite interesting when you're working with someone. Maybe apart from growing professionally, I've made quite a number of friends. I've noticed some of them, I don't even know how they look like, but I've made friends. My network has increased, and now that Mbale has logged on, I know I'll have quite a number from the East. So I'm encouraging all of us. We can't know everything. I'm encouraging all of us to be ready. The main thing is having the positive attitude. Once you have the positive attitude, everything else falls in place. Positive attitude, then teamwork, collaboration. So I can ably say that for me, I'm ready to collaborate with all of us for the good of all the students in our country. Thank you, Mr. Dungu.
Okay, thank you, Madam Javila. What we are doing today in Mbale, we shall do on Monday at 2 p.m. with Iganga SS. And at some point, we shall bring the two teams together so that we can now share experiences, and that should be very soon. I want us now to do the next part of this meeting on the big blue button. Makaku, I know you can talk, you want to speak, but we want you to speak from the big blue button. We just want to experience it. So click on that link in the chat, and maybe I should share what is happening in the big blue button now. Let me see if I can share it here. This is what is happening in the big blue button. Let me open my audio. When I open my audio, it's going to be noisy there.
Now, Ronald.
Yes.
We need to cancel out the other link I had created.
Okay.
Yes, so let us post the earlier link of Mr. Kaziba.
I think that is what Masaba has.
No, Masaba is posting the new one.
Masaba.
Let him look for the old one.
Let's look for the old one from Mbalee SS. Let's look for the old one from Mbalee SS group. Mr. Masaba, let me stop sharing. Is that okay? Please click on this new one here. The one which has Kaziba, something like that.
Yeah, that is the right one now.
You can remain here and open the big blue button. So let me see how many people are in the big blue button now by sharing the screen here. Let me see. So how many people are here? Only 14. Where are the rest of you? The rest of you are still stuck in the traffic. There's a lot of traffic jam in Mbale. No, I didn't see so many cars in Mbale, and I wonder if Sunday can cause traffic jam. Okay, Mr. Kaziba, could you share the screen of Zoom here? Somebody is giving us a lot of feedback because you are switching on. You need to close one microphone. You need to close one microphone. Close one microphone. If you go to big blue button, either you close the microphone here. So there are 22. There are 22. That's not too bad. 22. 22 in 3 minutes. Maybe by the time of 5 minutes, there will be 30. And when we wait 10 minutes, there will be 40. Okay. Mr. Kaziba, Mr. Angela, do you have rights to share from that side?
In the big group.
Yes. Mr. Kaziba has not given you rights. Mr. Kaziba, can you make us moderators?
Yes, everyone is a moderator.
But okay, take presenter rights. Okay. Now let me see what's happening to me. I'll stop sharing on this side, maybe. I'll stop sharing on this side, then I'll go to the big blue and see if I can share my screen window. And let me share. Oh no, that is not what I want. Let me see. Zoom meeting, allow. Okay. So I'm now on the big blue. Let me see. Let me go back here. So I'm going to leave Zoom and try to speak from big blue. And we see if you can hear me here. So I hope okay, what about
Ronald?
here? Yes.
Ronald?
Yes, please.
Yes. Now we can hear you.
Yes, please.
Yes, we are hearing you in Zoom.
Okay.
Yes.
But what about the feedback? Are you hearing the feedback?
What about the feedback? Are you hearing the feedback?
Yes, we are hearing the feedback as well.
Okay, what I have to do is definitely to have another machine so that I do not challenge you. But what about there? Are you hearing the feedback now?
Now, no feedback.
Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the big blue end, big blue button end, and I hope you are hearing us from the Zoom end. This is the experience we want your students to receive. You will be presenting from Zoom because you are more familiar with Zoom, and your students will be sitting at the big blue button so that they can hear you from the big blue button. However, you can also migrate and present your lesson from the big blue button so that the students can have you right and clear, but then we can relay that presentation on Zoom so that others can also get you at Zoom. So I will not delay here. I will go back onto Zoom, and Mr. Kaziba, I request that you relay the closing remarks at Zoom through here in the big blue button. Okay, so I'm back here. I just want to stop the okay, I think I have dealt away with the feedback. So what we are talking about is you might be very good at using Zoom. We don't want to migrate you from Zoom for now, but we want the ICT team to use their expertise and share your Zoom presentation in the big blue button where most students are. Then the students can raise their questions on the big blue button, and through a chat, they can communicate to you in Zoom what the students are saying, and you respond. The other alternative, for some of you to quickly learn how to use the big blue button, and then you work in the big blue button such that we can now relay the presentation on Zoom for those others who may have data and don't want to use the big blue button. So first things first, we are going to train you, especially the ICT team, on how to use the big blue button, and then you train the other teachers quickly, and we have 1 week cut out for us. By Sunday, we must have champions of using the big blue button and of communicating between Zoom and the big blue button. Then from Wednesday, when the students come on, Jovia and the team supported with Mr. Masaba, you are going to train the students on how to access lessons through the big blue button and through Zoom. That will be something you need to do. Maybe it will take you an hour to ensure that the students can access the big blue button. And then on Thursday, we roll. We roll. It is not going to be easy, but we must be determined to persevere. When we persevere, we shall get to the tail end. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for the time you have given us. Mr. Angela and Mr. Stephen, we had wanted to hear from you, your experience at HeLP. What is your day like? Just a minute for you. What is your day like, and what do you work on most of the time?
Okay.
Go ahead, Charles.
Okay, thank you, Ronald. Once again, the day starts as early as I think 6 a.m. I have to make sure I'm up, read through the emails you send so that I can get to know what has to be done in a particular day, and then wait for the teachers who have been in this HeLP platform for the 6 weeks. If they have any concern, we see how to go around the concern, probably help them work on their presentations. Besides working on their presentations, also give them tidbits on how to improve their presentations. During the lessons, we have to visit the different classes. I have the links to all the different classes. So if it is senior 2, you have to pop in and see what is taking place. If it is senior 3, senior 1. So you pop in for around 30 minutes, observe the lesson, see what is going on. And then if there is any comment you want to give to the teacher, you talk to the teacher after the lesson. Besides that, if there is need to relay information from Zoom to Big Blue Button, I'm also at hand to do that. Most especially, I've been doing it for the senior 5 lessons because we have very many learners there, and there are very many who are interested in using the Big Blue Button. Besides that, I also developed some content on the training platform for HeLP. I'm developing their content for ICT, and soon I'm starting to add more content for subsidiary ICT, that is senior 5, but that is still in the training wing because I'm still getting used to the platform and where to post. I think in brief, that is it.
Okay, thank you, Charles. Stephen, are you hearing us, or you are in the big blue end? Stephen, I think is in the big blue end, but I hope the people in the big blue end are hearing us. We are 17 now on Zoom, and there are 15 on the big blue button. So that tells you that we can actually share out. Probably Charles did not tell you that I send emails even past midnight. And I always tell them, please, when you wake up, read this information. I know Moses will tell you he has seen those emails come in because it's on our platform. And that is what it takes. The deputy head teacher at Mbale SS, who is going to lead this program, that is what it takes. The ICT team manager, that is what it takes. The director of studies at Mbale SS, you are not going to sleep in the next 4 weeks. You are going to work cutthroat because we must come alive as Mbale SS. Stephen, 1 minute, share your day with us if you are here. I know you are the coordinator, you are the focal person, you read all the emails, you read all the WhatsApp Mr. Dung is sending. How is your day? Are you hearing us, Stephen?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ronald. My day starts a little early, as early as around 4 with Ronald as well. And at times we end our day at midnight. So our day is a little longer because we need to look through the chats, we need to respond to emails, we need to respond to students' messages, and so on. However, working with HeLP, it is really very interesting. The only thing we need to do is having passion on what you are working on. Once you have the passion for it, you really do something with your heart. So that is what I can say.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. Teacher Martha, I see you, Teacher Martha. You are not here at the start. Who is Martha and what do you do at HeLP? Are you hearing us, Teacher Martha?
Yes, Mr. Dung. Thank you, Mr. Dung, for the opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone.
Go ahead, Martha. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, HeLP, for the opportunity. It's a privilege to work with HeLP. I've been exposed to a lot of things. First of all, writing content, then the teaching, the lessons are really insightful, and there is really a lot to learn, the creation of scenarios, how to relate the daily life experiences with what we are teaching. And I'm sure, because, okay, I've basically taught senior one, and I think they are getting a feel of what we are teaching, which is a very good thing. And basically, enjoying the learning of the technical skills that we are taught every day. I think it's something to look forward to, because I don't think maybe I would have attained those skills anywhere else. So it is always a privilege to be in HeLP. Thank you so much, Mr. Dungu.
Okay, thank you, team, for your inspirational pieces. Mr. Kaziva or Mr. Angela, could you please throw the WhatsApp group for the National Teacher Platform also in the chat, the last one? Those who feel that you want to run the show for Mbale SS and you need to learn in a short while, we encourage you to join the WhatsApp group at Holistic eLearning Teachers Platform, so that you can pick the best in a short while and come back and move the story of Mbale SS. It is going to unfold slowly, but we need very fast runners in this story. I want to thank Moses for having given us a chance to come to Mbale SS, for organizing this meeting. It's been exciting. I want to thank Erisa, who is coordinating with Jovia and the team, Tom, I think Irana, Irene, Irana, I think is the same person. I think there is Zeulia. I still have to learn that. I saw a very great biology chemistry person in you, and I hope you will register quickly up at the National Front so that we can work with you. I really liked your zeal. And I want to thank everybody. It's unfortunate we have 1 hour and 15 minutes up, but it was unbearable. We didn't expect this enthusiasm from Mbale SS. It is a plus on our side, and we want to walk this journey with you. I want to thank you for giving us this time, and I want to end here and probably give back to Moses to give the concluding remarks and to close this workshop. Thank you, Moses, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ronald, once again. Great thanks to the HeLP team in their various roles, the administrators, the teachers on this team. I want to copy a phrase from the entertainment industry. It looks like it is a team no sleep. You've heard they wake up at 4, 6, and they sleep after midnight. So it is really something that is that engages one in the beginning, holy. That means someone needs to really have passion for this whole concept. If you are to succeed, if you are to get rewarded as a professional teacher, you need to dedicate some time, especially in the beginning, so that when you are set to go and all your brain pathways have been wired, everything else becomes simple. I want to thank my teachers very much, those who are here physically and those who are in their various homes. Some of them had to step out once in a while, being a Sunday and being a lunchtime. And I must say that the team which is here is, I think the ladies are almost outweighing the gentlemen. If you see the team behind me here, actually we have about 10 ladies and I think about 6 or so gentlemen, which is a wonderful thing. And it is exciting on my part as a leader, as a team leader, and I think we are on the right path. I think you have already lined up my team for me. Mr. Inom Isaac, my deputy, has by default taken up the leadership of this ICT coordination group. And then the ICT team, led by Joby and Andrew and Martin, those will manage the ICT concept. And then the director of studies, we need to bring him on board. Some of them actually with the NCDC team, which is on textbook evaluation. Two of my deputies are there, and some of my teachers, English language. I think even one of our directors of studies is there. We have a team there of about 5 people, including somebody on guidance and counseling, our head of guidance and counseling, the lady. So I think this when they come back, they will fit in naturally with this whole concept. Once again, it has been nice hearing from Madame Goretti and the other team members. I think they gave us where they have come from and where they are. That should be an inspiration to the rest of us who are this side, that everything is possible with God and also with passion. We need to be ready to sacrifice. It's not easy, but just like the time when in school, sometimes some sacrifice is required if you are to acquire something good. Something good does not come easy. So once again, as an administration, we pledge to lead our teachers through this, to support them, to hold their hands as it were, or we hold each other's hands as we grow in this endeavor, so that at the end of the day, it is a win-win situation for everyone concerned, the teachers and the students, but also for the other partners that we shall be working with, your team from the NTC side and the UCC, RENU, VVO, and so on. So I want to thank members who have persevered up to this time. They have made a lot of sacrifices for their lunch, for time with their families, for some of them have had to travel here and transport themselves physically. We have also a group of some of our teachers who have come, but we're not able to log in. We shall also recognize them for the interest and enthusiasm to want to see what is going on, what is really going on in that place. And that alone is a plus, like you said. So I think we have a critical mass of teachers who are willing and ready to participate, and I'm excited, and I'll make sure that we work together and we develop this to greater heights. Thank you, Mr. Dungu Ronald, for once again for loving us as Mbale SS and loving the East. We shall be looking forward to collaborating with Iganga and having a joint meeting and joint planning sessions for presentations in all the subjects that we have identified. So this juncture, I want to thank the Almighty God for enabling us to have been able to be here, alive and well. And I want to wish everybody blessings to your families, journey masses, to those who will have to travel, and also to declare this meeting closed. Maybe someone could give us a closing prayer. Can I ask Harriet, are you back on Zoom? Madame Mugala Harriet is one of our deputy teachers. She's a teacher of agriculture, and she was a part of the team that waited for us the day before on Thursday, when we postponed the visit. She was actually here eagerly waiting for us. She has been head of department agriculture, but she was promoted to deputy. and she relinquished the position to one of her other colleagues. So I want to ask Madam Harriet to give us a closing prayer, given that is her first experience in Zoom. Harriet, are you on?
I am. So I will request us to humble ourselves because we are before the Almighty God.
This is good.
Okay. I hope I'm on.
Yes.
All right. I'm saying I want us to humble ourselves because we are before the Almighty God. Father, in the name of Jesus, we want to thank you yet for another day that you have made. We want to thank you for the gift of life, Lord. We want to thank you that we are some of the very privileged few people that you have purposed to be in this place and for a good reason. Lord, we thank you for the facilitators of this program and all those people of a good heart that have put their money in it. I want to thank you for our head teacher and the other administrators, all the teachers that are attending this session. We want to pray, King of Glory, that you are the source of knowledge. And Father, we ask of you that you make us the people and the teachers that you want us to be, to the glory of your name. In Jesus Christ's name we prayed. Amen. Amen.
I think the meeting is over. We can log out.
Just shortly close the meeting.
Ronald, is that okay?
Yes, it's okay. And I'm going to close the meeting in a few minutes' time.
Okay. One thing we need to be careful about when you're on Zoom, the video and the sound, especially if you're in home environment. When we're together here, we can easily. Zoom is using my mic.